9 News Plus weather, sponsored by Carrier Colorado. The future of home comfort is here.
Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus on this very cold Thursday morning. I'm 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and yes, we've got some really chilly temperatures out there, but they won't last too much longer. We're still talking about sub-zero wind chills across most of the metro area. We dropped down to minus 11 in Denver this morning. That made it a record low temperature for today, for February the 23rd. Meantime, the headlines, though, into the mountains, that's where it's still snowing, and that's where that snow will continue through tomorrow morning. But it's still bitterly cold across the state today. Much warmer as we get into your day tomorrow, much more what you would expect for the end of the month of February. Now, we did pick up 1.1 inches of snow officially at DIA. Most of the metro area, about 1 to 3 inches of snow, closer to 3 inches on the west side of town, and closer to 1 inch on the east side of the city. A few spots in the foothills did see 4, 5, 6 inch snowfall totals. For the most part, again, we saw about 1 to 3. Meantime, again, Denver, we're now up to 41.6 inches of snow on the season, makes us about 9 inches above the seasonal average. Now, HD Doppler radar still showing a few snowflakes out on the western slope and on south through the Uncompahgre Plateau, as well as down into the San Juan, seeing some of that light snowfall. But this is the start of a kind of secondary wave of energy that's going to push its way out through later on tonight, and that'll boost some of the snowfall that we're seeing right now here across southwestern Colorado. So kind of walking you through the forecast as we head over the next few hours. Again, we're going to push in some more moisture from the south and west, and what that will mean for the San Juans, the Flat Tops, the West Elks, the Swatch, and the Wet Mountains. It means we get that snow that'll kind of stream on in from our southerly and westerly direction. And then we'll kind of briefly clear things out later on tonight in northwestern Colorado, but then that more kind of pronounced surge moves its way on in tomorrow morning, and that could lead to an additional few inches of snow before this finally wraps on up tomorrow afternoon. So point being, it's going to fairly consistently snow in the mountains for the next 24 hours or so. Also worth pointing out that it does not look like we are going to be talking about nearly as strong of a snow event as what we saw yesterday into the high country. Meantime, here in Denver, we do have the chance for some afternoon snow showers between about 3 and 6 this afternoon. Now, if we do see any snowfall, I don't expect much, if any, accumulation from this. This would be a very fast-moving snow shower that we would see. Better chance for a dusting north and west of town, but I think most of us will be talking about light, if any, snowfall totals, as I mentioned, and then we'll clear things out for tomorrow morning. It does continue to snow, though, up into the high country. So this is additional snowfall for us here as we head over the next few hours. This is actually through just 8 a.m. This morning, so sorry about that. I guess our model is running a little bit weird there, but we are expecting another 3 to 6 inches of snow for the most part into the high country and into the Denver area, perhaps another dusting of snow north of town, but I think most of us will not see any accumulation from those snow showers this afternoon. Temperatures right now, this is the real story. Boy, it is cold out there. This is the actual ambient air temperature, not what you're feeling on your skin, but it's 2 degrees in Denver right now. Into the mountains, I mentioned this yesterday, it's a different air mass, that cold, dense air mass originating to our north and east. That means it cannot travel up and over the continental divide. Colder air is heavier, it is denser, it sinks down towards the ground, so it finds those low points. So again, it cannot go up over into the mountains. So that's why it's so much warmer in the mountains right now compared to what we're seeing here in eastern Colorado. Wind chill, this is the number that, again, I mention this all the time, this is the number that matters, is what you feel on your skin as you step outside. -9 in Denver. And by the way, we did drop down to -11 in Denver this morning. That was a record low for the date. And that was not just at the airport. Most of the city was down to about -8, -9, -10 this morning. So I was looking at some of the temperatures around the metro area. Again, it was really, really cold this morning. I know a lot of schools delayed, and to be honest, I think they made the right decision with that and with how cold it was. So today, we do increase those clouds a little bit this afternoon. High temperature of 19 degrees. It's really, really cold. It's just nasty cold for us today. One of those, we've had a couple of these this winter, haven't we? Continues for us today. Forecast highs for our day today, 20s, 30s, teens and 20s for the most part. Eastern Plains, few 30s, 40s in southeastern Colorado. Mountains, for the most part, topping out in the 20s. Possibility for a flake probably before about 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. High temperature, low temperature, we will be dropping down into the probably teens, maybe high single digits, depending on where you are in the metro area. Tomorrow, not as cold. We'll be up near 40 degrees for us for our day tomorrow. So a notable improvement in those temperatures, closer to our seasonal average, about 46 degrees for the last week of the month of February. But Still a little bit shy of that, especially northeast Colorado, so those cold points. Highs just in the 30s north of I-70. Southeast Colorado 40s and 50s where you have less snowpack insulating the ground. 7-day forecast shows our next chance for snow here along the Front Range. By the way, mountains again, your snow ends early tomorrow. By the early to mid part of next week, that's when our next storm system takes shape. It does look like we will get some snow for us here into the Denver area. Still a lot of things to kind of figure out at this point. At this point, it does look like it's more of a mountain snow event, but still a lot of time to kind of figure that out. So we'll keep you posted on that. In the meantime, well, 30 consecutive hours with an at or below zero wind chill here in Denver. And, well, we've still got a few more hours yet to go on that most likely. But at least it should probably climb above zero at some point today. I guess it starts somewhere, right? Tomorrow much better, and then the weekend looks gorgeous. So 50s will melt off all that snow, all that 1 to 3 inches of snow, all that fluff that we picked up yesterday, it'll be long gone by the time we get to early part of next week. So no more big brown snow piles. We can certainly I think we can all agree on that. Weather is pretty subjective, but I think there's a couple things we all don't like. We don't like freezing rain, we don't like wind, and we don't like snow that sticks around way past its expiration date. So those big brown snow piles, those will not exist from this current snowstorm. So we can, again, certainly be grateful about that. Meteorologist Lauren Robinson getting ready somewhere over there, yep. And she'll have an update for you coming up at 9 News at noon and right here on 90s Plus at 2 p.m. Then Chief Meteorologist Kathy Stevens in at 4 and 5 and Meteorologist Danielle Grant in at 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News family of networks. Once again, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. Have a great rest of your Thursday and stay warm out there as well.